Hello, very good evening to you. Well, I am very excited to see this lovely lady. I haven't seen her for absolutely ages. And she has got a gorgeous one-day special with Heartfelt Creations. It is the lovely Nikki. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. You look a vision.
Oh, thank you. And you look very glittery, I must say.
Very glittery. I blame John Lockwood.
Very sparkly.
I couldn't get any of it off, so I shall remain glittery for the rest of the evening. Now, tell me about this gorgeous launch.
Right, so Dazzling Dahlia. So, of course, it's a floral collection. This is absolutely beautiful. You can make absolutely stunning dahlias with it. And what I want to do is show you what else you can make with the dahlia flowers, because there's so many different techniques. As you can see, all of those flowers look different.
They do.
Even though they're all the dahlia flower.
Right.
And it's really nice because you can incorporate all of those stamps and dies that you've got from other collections within this collection.
So what does it comprise of?
Right, so in the collection you have the 2 stamp sets.
Okay.
So you have that one there, which is your Dazzling Dahlia, which that is the one where you're going to be able to create your 3-dimensional dahlias.
Okay, that's
so
how I'm looking at the dies there.
you've got 2 sizes in there, so that's the die.
So that's the die. So let me just, if you want to talk about your stamps, there we go. So in our stamps.
And that's the dahlias and the leaves there, look. So you've got your leaves in there, you've got the sprigs of the dahlia with the stem and the leaf on there.
So that's our stamps, and then our dies. You said there's 2 sizes there, Nikki, yeah?
They are. So these coordinate perfectly with your stamp set. So these are the Dazzling Dahlia. Have I
just looked those up? Have I just... Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe,
we had this earlier, and then I think it's all been changed around again. I apologise. Right, let's start again. So it's these 2.
Yes, so you've got those 2.
My
and then you've also obviously got... That's it, that's the stamp, that's the die. You can see all the detail in those stamps as well. With all Heartfelt stamps, what I really love about them is the amount of detail that are on there. Makes it really, really easy to work with. So, as I say, you have 2 stamp sets, sorry, 2 stamps and 2 dies in each set.
Right.
Then you've got your dahlia and leaves.
Right,
You've got 4 stamps and 4 dies in that collection.
Okay, so we had a look at those already.
And you're going to get all 4 of those in your one-day special.
The dies that correspond, so they all coordinate and match beautifully.
You have your 3-dimensional dahlia shaping mould. Look at that. Have you ever seen me using the dahlia mould?
Not the dahlia, but I've seen you use the 3D-dimensional
mould. Oh, no,
mold.
of course you haven't seen me using the dahlia.
Because this is new, but I've seen you use this with rosebuds.
Yes,
and
that's it.
It's quite phenomenal.
If you've never ever seen the moulds being used, please watch this first demo, because it really shows you how much work it's actually taken out for us. It does all the work for us, creating those 3-dimensional flowers and leaves.
So we are getting all of that. You are. And we're also getting, and I will show the paper pad.
We've got the paper pad. You're also getting your 24 double-sided paper pad.
Now this first sheet has, I count, as 39 elements on it.
There is. And you've got 2 of each design in there. You've got your 6x6s in there as well. You've got toppers. You've got
all reversible. I hasten to add. I'm sorry, I'm not showing the back
all reversible.
There,
Beautiful, beautiful colours. And then, of course, what Heartfelt do is they give us 2 sheets of, well, actually we've got 4 because you're getting 2 of each. So these are exactly the same as the stamps, so that means the dies coordinate with them. So if you want to make a really nice, easy, quick card, you've got all the elements in that paper pad to create one.
And that can go in your mould straight away. Beautiful.
Yes.
And then
great for scrapbooking these pages.
Beautiful, of course, reversible as always, so just absolutely gorgeous, as we always expect that with Heartfelt, and as you say, ties in beautifully with the actual...
And then you've got some more toppers there as well.
Yeah, beautiful, Nikki, absolutely stunning. So we get the pad, and then you also get your inspirational sheet.
Yes, you do. So if you've never worked with Heartfelt, or you fancy making something that one of the design team have created, got a kind of sneaky suspicion this might be Emma Lou, who is the creative director of Heartfelt Creations.
Now, I had my card ready and it's gone. Where's this card gone?
It's gone. Let me have a look. Here it is, look.
You show it. Can you show it for me, darling, then, because you've got it over there.
There you go.
There we go. So this is inspiration.
This is the one that you're going to be able to create. So on the inspiration sheet, you've got the step-by-step tutorial to create this stunning card as well.
And we get our bag. I'd never seen the bag before.
Oh yes, of
I love
course,
a
you
bag.
get your bag as well.
Lovely, love a bag. So that is the one-day special. I want it all complete collection there. Beautiful. 10%'s already gone. We've split into 3 flexi-buy payments of £27.65. Now I know there's been a Facebook competition to win that complete collection. Everything. And we've got our winner, and I want to announce it. That's all right, Nikki.
Yes, you announce.
Fantastic. The winner, massive congratulations to Linda Patterson. You have won the entirety, that fantastic 24-sheet paper pad, the 2 sets of the stamps and the dies, and the lovely 3D mould, plus your inspiration sheet and your bag. I love it. Well done, Linda. Someone from Hochanda will be in touch with you direct and arrange that delivery.
Oh, that's
amazing.
Fantastic. What a lovely Halloween present.
I know, fantastic. Imagine receiving all of that. But the good news is you too can receive all of this because it is the one-day special. Now, I just want to quickly mention the Essentials bundle, Nikki, because if the complete collection is not for you, I can't imagine why, but we can offer the complete collection, which is basically the beautiful Heartfelt Creations paper pad and the Dazzling Dahlias here at the top, the die and the stamp set, so these two. So those large stamps and those large dies there with all of that detail that Nikki mentioned. That is 2 flexi-buy payments of £23.49. Now that is the Essential collection. However, the one-day special, I Want It All, which gives you that amazing mould which you'll see in action, gives you also the dahlias and the leaves, stamps and dies as well, you're saving £20. And it's available on the 3 flexi-buy payments. So it's a bit of a, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have to do it. So that little, oh, I've got to scratch that itch. It's got to be done, hasn't it? 3 flexi-buy payments of £27.65. And everything arrives on that first flexi-buy payment. Absolutely beautiful. We've also got some new card on the show. Now, this is a bit special, Nikki.
Isn't it? And just in time for Christmas, I'm thinking.
Lovely, I love it. I'd have this all year round, quite frankly. Look at this. This is our silver, well, our Creations Luxe silver cardstock. Tell me about this cardstock, Nikki.
Right, so this is obviously something that Heartfelt have brought to us, and the reason why they brought this, we brought some, if you remember the gold cardstock that we brought a few months back, it's the same quality but obviously in the silver. Now what is really, really good about this is the fact that when you use it to cut your decorative dies out, it cuts absolutely beautifully. So it's the right thickness.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes, you know, when you've got mirror card and it has like a film on the top, so when you put a decorative die through your die with it, it kind of leaves a bit of a messy kind of look to it.
Yes, yeah.
You don't get that with this one.
You don't.
And I
mean,
will show you how this cuts out because I brought some decorative dies with me.
That is beautiful.
Just to show you.
It literally is like, it is like the mirror. You can see your reflection, whereas with mirror cards sometimes you actually can't. Does that make sense?
No.
I know that sounds opposite to what it's called, but that is beautiful. I should mention as well extended delivery because of obviously where we're shipping from.
Heartfelt Creations are from America.
Yes, so it will be the 9th of November for everything that you're seeing. I should have said that at the top of the hour. I do apologise. 12 sheets, superb quality, none of that messy film, literally as a mirror. You can see it reflecting the table there. Yeah, $11.99, 469 800. Have a look at the website because we've got some beautiful Stamens on the show that are much bigger than anything I've ever seen before. Got them all individually, I should say. You can get these individual elements, but again, the savings in having them all together. And we have got the Heartfelt Creations Stamens there. There's 18 in each bunch. You'll see Nikki using these as well. They're big. I'll get to show you those. They're much bigger than you think. Our 126 for 50. They're the biggest Stamens I've ever seen. And don't forget, we've also got our shaping kit on there with the changeable tips and your pads there. We've got our, our precision daubers, obviously our storage panels and our folders there as well. And we've got that lovely art foam paper, 20 sheets in the white. I love that foam paper. But anyway, let's go to Nikki and we can see how this fantastic Dahlia collection works.
Yes, so what I want to do is actually just show you the actual size of those Dahlias because it is quite difficult when you're looking at the packaging to actually really see the actual beauty in those stamps. I mean, just look at those. So as you can see, you've got the 2 different sizes there, and then of course you do get your decorative die in there as well. But what I want to do is I am going to stamp one of the smaller ones. So this is the smaller one. And I'm going to stamp it in green. Now what I did when I was prepping, I actually stamped all of mine in 2 different shades of greens, because obviously I've made a lot of dahlias in the last few weeks, and what I found was the green kind of went with any colour that I was going to colour them in. But you're not just getting the dahlia. So if I just stamp this out, I will show you what else you're getting. I'm not going to tell you. I'll see if anyone notices what's on there as well. You have a little butterfly.
Oh,
Isn't that cute?
So
but of
cute.
course, when you die cut it out, that's going to die cut out too. So what Heartfelt have done is they've done it separately. So I'm just going to tape it down. Can you see where the butterfly
Positions.
is at the
That's
top
nice because it
there?
gives us our perfect position, doesn't
Positions
it?
absolutely perfectly. You've got like a smidgen bigger on the die, which means that it fits perfectly that stamped image. Let me just take that down. And then I'm just going to take it through the die cutting machine. And with so every dahlia that you're going to stamp and die cut out, you are going to get a little butterfly as well.
Oh,
There you go, there's your little butterfly. Really cute. And there you've got that smaller dahlia flower there as well. Really easy to colour as well. So I'm going to take my daubers, and I'm going to take I'm going to do a large one, okay? So I'm going to take my dauber. Now what I tend to do, I'm not sure how dark this is, so I haven't got any on there because that's dried, so that's great. So I tend to go in with a lighter colour first, in sort of like a circular motion on the image. So I'm going in with a nice pale purple. So if you've never seen the daubers before, what they are is we call them precision daubers. If I show you a cleaner one, the kind of dome there, look. Then you've got your 3 tips, obviously, because it's a triangle, which means that you can really get in there and get that precision with them. So it's great for also colouring other elements as well, not just your flowers.
I love the way they stack. I know that's a simple
And they
thing, but I love
stack
the way they
beautifully,
stack.
yes, well
Yeah.
spotted there. And then you can see all the colours as well, because when you
Yeah.
stack them like that, you can see the colours that you're going to use on there. And it means as well that it's great for storing them.
Beautiful. We've got them in a set of 2. So you get 12, 6 in either of those stackable Heartfelt Creation packs there. $13.99, and I love them. I always see Nikki using these. Like she says, great for that precision. Just fits on the tip of the finger there. $13.99, 069154. They're fantastic to have in your stash, aren't they?
They are, and as I say, you can use the same kind of colour family with just one dauber. So if you're just new to them and you think, right, okay, how many am I going to use? Well, if you think 12, that means you could use a yellow, a pink, a purple, a green, a brown with those as well. And then, as I say, you can just go in with your lighter colour first, which I'm doing here. And then I'm going to take a darker purple. So I'm going to put that away, because now I'm going to go in with my archival. So you can use it with your water-based inks and also your more permanent inks as well.
Oh, okay.
So I've just gone in with that tip there.
Yeah.
And then just dabbing some of that off, because obviously this is going to be darker. And now you can see where you can get that precision, because I can get that dark coloured purple in exactly where I want it.
Yeah,
and
on the
just,
tips of
it
the leaf.
blends in beautifully, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, yeah.
I would say it's the difference with a cheap makeup sponge and something that's a little bit more better quality. You get a much better effect with it.
To be honest, makeup sponges aren't that small or precision. Usually quite a sort of a bigger lump of foam, aren't they?
You can't see where you're going, but with this, as you can see, I can see exactly where I'm putting my colour down. If I want to go down the edge, look, I can just go down the edge there, and it just gives you a lovely effect. So when you're making your dahlias, I always suggest colouring the back. Okay, so just go in, but apart from getting it all over my fingers, you don't need to go right into the centre, and you just really need just to get a little bit of colour down on the back there. Like that. But even when you're just looking at this, I'm seeing lots and lots of different flowers. I'm seeing sunflowers.
Oh yes, I can't believe how different one dahlia can look.
And you can put them together and you can create roses with it. So over the next 5 shows, I'll be showing you different ways of sort of like making your dahlias or roses or sunflowers. I have got some purple on there, so I'm just going to bring that over slightly. So this is your leaves. You've got 2 different size leaves in there. Just going to colour that again. I'm going in with my lighter green first.
Yes, you've got the 1 by 2 inch, and then you've got the 1.5 by the 2.5. And then,
which is really good because then you can use this for different sizes. So gone in with my lighter green, then I'm going to take this one, which is meadow green, and then again using that dauber, I'm now flicking it from the edge to create that really nice kind of leafy colour effect. And then I'm just going to go in the centre up there, and then just blend that out like that. And there you have your leaf and your flower. But in the collection, you are getting your mould. Absolutely. When Heartfelt, they brought the moulds out about 2 years ago, and we launched with the Flower Basics one. Yeah. But they've just got better and better as they've gone along. So look at the effect in there, look. Can you see how deep that is there? I am actually just going to grab my water as well, because I will need...
Oh yes, now you do this. I see you do this when you use the mould, don't you?
Yes, so with this one, there's different ways that you can put the flowers in. So you can pop them with the stamped image facing upwards, or you can do it with the stamped image facing down. Right. Okay, so we'll do one of each. With the leaves, I tend to like to put them face down, but again, you could do it the other way as well. And what I really like about it is as well, it will take 2.
More than one. Right.
So if you want to put more than 1 in, you can do.
Do we need a special machine in terms of to fit the size of the mould? Right,
so the machine that you will need would be a wide mouth machine, such as the Spellbinders. I'm using the Jane Davenport one. What you need to remember is you don't need the big thick plate on it, so that will go to one side, and then you're just using your 2 thinner plates. If you're not 100% sure whether or not your machine is wide mouthed, if you go onto Heartfelt's website, they have got a full list of machines that you can use the mould with. Yeah. Okay, and to be honest, there is a lot more that I would say work with the mould than without, don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a shim in with mine. So again, it's everybody's machine's different.
Yes, they've all got their little nuances, haven't they?
It's depends, you know, I mean, if yours is a well-worked machine, you may need to use a shim with it. And then I'm going to bring it back as well, so I'm taking it through twice, really. And then I'm going to take this out. No flower shaping tool used at the moment. I've just used my mould. There's my 2 leaves, look, I just put in.
Wow. Have you used any specific type of card there, Nikki?
This is the Heartfelt flower shaping paper. Yeah. That we have had on the show before. We don't think we've got any on the website at the moment.
Yeah.
But you can use, if I don't have any of that, I will use anything from about 230 to 260 GSM.
Thank you.
Okay, there's your larger flower there, look.
Beautiful.
You can see the depth that that's worked on. And then obviously the other one, we did the other way round. So you've got the petals going down on this one,
or
and the petals curling up on that one.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I'm then going to take that to one side. So if you were going to make a kind of like a basic one, if I bring this card over, that's using the petal that was going down. And what I did was I just used my flower shaping tool just to curl them just a little bit more, so they went under.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I would call like my basic Dazzling Daisy. Daisy? Dahlia, even. However, how about creating something a little bit different? Because there are so many different varieties of dahlias.
Right.
Lots and lots of different varieties.
I was going to ask you, is that, because 20% of the complete collection's already gone, I was going to ask, is there a certain colour that they should be? I mean, I can't remember.
Dahlias are in any colour.
Are they really? Ah.
Yeah, right from red to yellow, orange, purples, pinks. So what I've done with this one is I've got two of the petals that I've just kept as they've come out of the mould. Okay, so they're going to go on top of one another. And then I've kind of shaped these even more. So what I've done is I've taken my flower shaping tool.
Now we've got that in a kit, haven't we? This
is what we call like the, now what do they call it? Because it's like a quilling machine, but it's a
10 nibs.
It's like a curling tip.
Yeah.
And then I'm just curling each of those in, look, to create that shape. Okay, so now completely changing it. As I say, I was so excited when they brought this because I was just like, right, I could do this with that, I can do that with it. And because of the size of them as well, these really are not just for card making. They're for scrapbooking. They're to decorate your home with. Use your flower art paper, the foam, to create absolutely stunning flowers as well. But these are great. If you've never ever made a handmade flower before, the Dazzling Dahlia, I would say, would be a great choice to start.
Because it gives you so much variety. Now,
yes,
Nikki's using
so much variety.
The stylus nib there, which has that a split through the middle there, so she's able to get it, sort of just slide it onto the flower's petal there. And then you've got 10 other there, you see, well, 10 altogether, of the ball tools there as well, you know, varying in sizes. You've also got your piercing mat and your moulding mat, and then the actual tool itself, which allows you to interchange those nibs.
Yeah, and they're magnetic as well, so they just slip. So they just you just pop them in the end.
In. No sort of screw in or clip in or. Lovely, yeah. And then your piercing mat and your moulding mat there as well, all presented beautifully in a box magnetic folder. $29.99, $939, $385. Also got the ring binder on the show, which I know is absolutely, you know, the law, because every time a new collection comes out, this is the way to present them, isn't it, Nikki?
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Beautiful.
It's a ring binder, so you can fit 7 stamp sets in here.
What am I doing, Nikki? It slides in.
It's the other side, and it just unclicks. It's magnetic.
That's what I thought, and I thought, am I forcing it here?
No, on the side, the other side, that's it. On the side.
I just...
where your hand is, that's it. Oh. There you go.
Do you know what I was thinking? I know this is, I've worked with this before. So sorry, everybody. It is simply this. I'm just going to show you that I was making an absolute meal of it. It's been a long day, Nikki. What can I say? There you go. That's all it was. That's all it was. There we go. Out we come. And there is the lovely, and it's beautiful and deep, isn't it?
It is, yes. So as I say, you can fit 7 stamp sets in there. Your stamps that you get when you buy them will come with their own storage panel.
That pink one in the background.
But you have got some, I do believe, some magnetic storage panels on the show, which means that you can put your stamps on one side and your dies on the other.
which is why you need the deep storage box and ring binder there for it. So the magnetic storage panels we've got on the screen there are $12.99. In that you get how many? You get 6, 9, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3. 3 of each. 6 stamp and die magnetic storage panels there. And then the storage binder at the bottom of the screen, 374418 12.99. Just mention that because when we have a new collection, it's nice to have a new storage folder for that new collection there as well. Back to Nikki and the moulding.
So I'm just finishing off my petals. So I've just gone back to those ones that I'm going to put on the bottom, and I'm just taking my fingers and just squeezing that tip so it goes to like a point. So I've done that with this one already. And now I'm going to start gluing. Okay. Now you might think, well, you haven't coloured the centre, but you can't see the centre until you get to that very last one. So there's my bottom one, and then I'm adding my glue, and that will go directly on top. Already you can see you've got a gorgeous flower that you're creating. Beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with my ones that I used the curling tool with, and then I've got more glue that's going to go on that next one, and you could stop there if you wanted
because it's sizable already, isn't it?
Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that, look at the size of that, isn't that stunning? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, and it still is slightly wet because it's actually been in the flower mould. And then I'm going to push it together. Now I'm not going to glue it because I want it to kind of look like it's slightly opening. Okay, but if you wanted to and you wanted a tight bud, then you could actually glue that. But it's, as I say, you're going to have so much fun with this. You are going to be creating so many different flowers. And that will go in the centre there, and there.
How beautiful, Nikki.
One type of dahlia.
A quarter of the stock's already gone, and I'm going to show everybody a few more of your dahlias here, Nikki, because this one is Monica's, just to show the amount of variety you expressed.
Exactly, and this is what Heartfelt have done. They've given us the 2 stamp sets and the 2 dies, but you can create this using the same stamps and dies, so many different varieties.
I mean, and how different does every single one of these look from the last?
There's not one that looks the same, is there?
No, absolutely, which is why I wanted to show you. That was Anita's. And then again,
beautiful.
just keeping it very simple and beautiful. How gorgeous. I mean, totally, utterly different.
Yeah, so you could layer just 2 petals up if you wanted. You could use 2 larger ones and 2 smaller ones. You can create buds with it. There's a beautiful one on the front there. I'm not sure who's made that one.
This one, yeah, this is...
But they're like roses, absolutely stunning.
Oh, I can't read.
The same stamp and die, though.
Oh, forgive me, I can't read the writing. I'm so sorry. I see the letters, but I can't read the
I'm not
script work.
Helena.
It looks like Hina. It's stunning. Forgive me if I'm not attributing that to the right person. Isn't that beautiful? Now we've got it on 3 flexi-buy payments, brand new today. You are getting that entire stunning 24-piece Heartfelt Creations paper pad with all your different sizes in there. Those 39 toppers and borders. You are getting your fantastic daily stamps in the 2 sizes and actual dies, and never 2 of the dailies and the leaves, dies and stamps, plus that phenomenal moulding, shaping mould, and then your inspirational sheet and your lovely bag that it all comes in as well on 3 flexi-buy payments. Just as quick as I can, because Nikki's getting ready for another demonstration. If you just want the essential collection, that's, you know, oh, sorry, the paper partner's only $17.99 at the bottom of the screen, so we know you like to have sometimes the access to the elements on their own. This front sheet has 39 elements of it, obviously all fully reversible. You've got the different sizes on there. It all ties in with inspirational colours there of the way in which you can colour your dahlias. Look at these, the postcard sizes as well. I love the idea that we can shape those flowers and they can look so different. You've also got the already printed dahlias. You know, if you just want to go for straight away moulding molding and shaping without any stamping or die cutting. It's there, it's ready in both sets of those that match the actual die sizes as well. I love those Diddy ones. And then you've got those gorgeous papers there as well, obviously for your scrapbooking, for card making. Just beautiful, and it all ties in as a collective gorgeous. So that on itself is $17.99, 879082. But of course, it is included in your complete collection. It is included in your essentials, the Creative Essentials collection, which is the pad and the Dazzling Dahlia stamp and die set. Now that is £46.97, 496,437. That's also available on 2 Flexi-Buy payments. You're saving £5. 2 Flexi-Buy payments are £23.49. But of course, the saving of £20, yeah, let's have that bigger saving, is in the complete collection. And who wouldn't want the dazzling I Want It All collection? Because I want that 3D mould. You've got to have that 3D mould, quite frankly. And the fantastic stamps and extra dies there with the leaves. £82.94. 3 Flexi-Buy payments, and everything arrives on that first Flexi-Buy payment. Our Deluxe silver mirror cardstock here. I mean, brand new. It takes your, the mirror to another level. I mean, you can see, look at that for a reflection. That is like a mirror, and it doesn't have that film that Nikki was talking about as well. You've got precision beauty when it comes to cutting those fine, intricate dies there. $11.99 for 12 beautiful sheets, 469,800. I've got to show you my Stamens. Look at these. Look at the size of these. Oh my word. These are the biggest Stamens I've ever seen, Nikki.
Aren't they gorgeous?
They're like balloons.
I'm seeing berries with those red ones.
That's an example of what they look like in the flowers, if you can see. Berries, you're right. 100. So you only need one, don't you? Look at them inside.
Yeah, but I mean, you could put a cluster of 3 in there if you wanted.
Beautiful. Oh,
And
that's
they come on the
foam.
wires as well.
So that is 100. How many do we work out? 126. There you go. Holly berries, yeah. With your holly leaves. Are they stunning? 7 colours. 18 of each on lovely, long, wide stems. Are you sure about this price, Nikki? It's too late. It's on the screen now.
$15.99.
Are you sure about
it
that?
Is.
It's too late. It's up there, isn't it?
It's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an amazing price.
I mean, you've got to have that, haven't you, really, for that price? 359496. I'm convinced that's not right, but hey, what can I say? That's that lovely foam, and we've got those beautiful foam sheets as well on the show tonight. 20 of the white foam shaping sheets as well. That was just to show you that, what the Stamens look like, but I love that foam we've got on the show. I know Nikki likes working with it as well. The flower shaping kit as well, don't forget, has all those styluses in there. Open it out, you've got your piercing mat and your moulding mat. And it's magnetic, and you can interchange the tips on either end there with your stylus there as well for all your shaping moulding needs there. Beautiful, lovely gift idea there. $29.99, 939,385 for every new kit. You need your storage. This is very simple to open, but I made an entire meal of it. It's magnetic, opens out, lovely and deep there. And I love the little carry handle as well for portability. $12.99, 374,418. How many folders did you say we could fit in that, Nikki?
7 stamp sets and 7 die sets if you went for the magnetic sheets.
If you went for those magnetic sheets, yeah. That is deep, isn't it? Now, we're just talking about the foam. I love this foam, the art foam.
It's so easy, and it's really fun to use as well. I'm hoping in the next show we might be able to get to use it. I might even get time in this one.
And because it's white, we can dye
the colours, can't we? You can colour it with your inks. I tend to use my archivals or my memento inks for it.
All the colours you want, because it's white, which I think is
white. You can go with anything.
20 of those. Is that price right as well? I'm just got $11.99.
It is an absolute amazing price because it goes a long, long way.
Yes,
it does.
And makes such impressive flat 20 sheets. I mean, you can make so much out of that. 675424. My experience of having this on the show prior to today is that it's always gone. So please act quickly on that. Make sure you check out your baskets, because I've been with Nikki before when we've had the foam sheets on, and it's gone. So, and the daubers as well. Let's not forget the daubers. And go straight back to Nikki there. You've got 12 in there. Those fantastic precision daubers. $13.99, 069154. Now you need some things for inside the storage binders. We've got the cling stamp storage panels in there as well. That's perfect for your storage. 15, presumably for all your stamps there.
Oh, yes, and I was actually just going to say, this doesn't mean that it's just a Heartfelt. You can store any of your stamps.
Yes, of course.
On here.
Of course. £9.99, 021 997 for any of your stamping needs there. And the magnetic sheets that Nikki mentioned earlier, perfect for your dies. 3 for your stamps, 3 for your die in terms of the magnetic. So a new set like this, you're ready to store. £12.99 934 723. Where are we going now, Nikki?
Right, so we're going to do a little bit of colouring because you have got those like Dahlia stems.
Yes.
So you've got that design, and then you've also got one that has a bud on it as well.
Ooh.
Okay, so really easy to colour. Just going to show you really quickly how I tend to do it. Just put my glasses on, I can see. So basically you can see all the detail there that stamp's already given us. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my darker pens, and I really, really wish that I'd got John Lockwood's pens with me, but I still haven't got round to getting them. And I saw him this evening.
What were these pens? What was he using then? Because I haven't seen.
Oh, he's got some amazing pens. He has.
How do I not know about these?
Was it? No,
I don't think
was it spritzers that he was using
it was
tonight?
The spritzers,
wasn't it?
yes, he was spritzing with the.
And Phil Martin, he's got some amazing pens as well that are on the website. I will say.
Ooh.
That will be going into my basket at some point.
Clearly need these in my life.
I go in with my darker colours. So these are watercoloured pens. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm going in, this is, as I say, I mix and match whatever I've got. So another watercolour pen, but a different make. And I'm just now blending that. Can you see how easy that is, look?
Yeah.
So you'd think that it was going to take me quite some time to colour. And the producer was probably thinking to herself, oh no, Nick is going to be there for 3/4 of an hour.
We've got
run
20
out of
minutes.
Time. She's not going to get the show fit. She's going to be going over. She's not going to get a card finished. But look at that.
Nice and easy.
How easy was that?
Yeah.
But then to colour in this part, I would go in with my dauber. I'm not going to do the stem, but got quite a dark colour on there. But then I would use the dauber and my inks to colour in the leaves.
Beautiful.
Easy and quick.
Pish, that's because the stamp is so good.
It is, because it's showing me all the detail, and that's why I like the idea of doing a lot of my stamping in the green, because it means that I can mix and match my colours, and it just works really well with all the colours that I've got.
Beautiful.
So I'm actually going to be using purples. So I'll put the yellow ones over there to one side, drop those ones on the floor. But before I do put my card together, I want to show you that. I was going to say gold. It isn't gold.
The silver Lux card.
The silver Lux card. Okay, you can see it's really bright. What is the GSM on it? Does it actually say?
It doesn't.
I think it's about 220, but I'm not 100% sure.
It feels a little bit more to me, Nikki.
It might be, actually. I don't think it's 300.
No, I think 250.
250. Right, I will find out for you, but I'm using one of Heartfelt's decorative dies. Just wanted to show you how beautifully it cuts out. And I'm going to take my plates and just pop that through. Now I've left that shim in there by mistake, but it will go through. So I'm going to take it through once and just have a look. And as you can see, once was enough, because that has cut out beautifully. And very often with your Miri card, what I find is it has a film on the top, so when you go to take all these little bits out, you've got this nasty clear film. Just poke all them out. If I'd have gone through once more, they probably would have just fallen out, to be honest. Take that out, so you can use it on your decorative dies that you have.
It's so highly reflective, isn't it? It's
very
really
reflective, isn't it? And what I tend to do, to be honest, is give it a bit of a flick.
Yeah.
That will take all those loose ones out. And bless her, the floor manager's looking and probably thinking, that's going all over my clean, tidy floor. So just poke all those bits out, because I am going to use this on my card, so I will poke it all out. Tell you what, shall I pass it to you? And you can, do you want, oh, we're not allowed to pass anything, are we?
Sorry.
Oh, no, we're not. I'm on my own.
That's okay.
Oh, no. It's okay, I'm just going to...
Well, if you want, I'll show you some more beautiful cards.
Yes,
I've
you
got
show
loads
some
here.
cards and I'll just poke
Yeah, while you're having a good
through.
old... with your pokey tool there. Right, let's show you some more of these days. Now here, this is a beautiful example of the one Nikki was just colouring. Now this is, again, we think this is henna. That is the gold of the silver that Nikki's now working with. But again, see the colouring in there and how beautiful. And then using the flower mould with your large dahlia and creating the bud in the middle. Isn't that, and I love this little cheeky bud peeping out. That is absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, don't forget with Heartfelt, you can use it in correspondence with all your other dies and stamps as well. It could be Adam, Adina, forgive me. Again, love that. Again, different take on your dahlia there again. Is it gorgeous? That is beautiful. I like that. Really curling those edges to give more of a sort of a triangular pointy look there. And then again, this one again, so different. I can't believe the difference. Shalina, isn't that, look at that. You see that? It's totally different. And they are the same die. They are the same die cut. So just absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. And as you know, all those different colours that Nikki was talking about, this is what's so brilliant about the die set and the way in which you can shape the dahlias. How are we doing, Nikki?
Right, all done.
She's all done.
So I've taken all of those out with that mirror card, but as I say, isn't that beautiful? There's not, as I said, there's not many mirror cards on the market that you can use your decorative dies with. So just going to take my card here. So I'm matting layering. So as you can see, the paper is double-sided. And you've got 12 designs and 2 of each. But what I would probably say is, if you do like the paper pad, I'd probably go for a second one. I know there's a lot of crafters out there, and I know I do. Always buy a paper pad and use it, and then I have one to look at and stroke.
We've got it there, the one on the screen, 1799879082.
But then I'd make a lot of mini albums as well, and I find that having 2 makes it a lot easier. I don't have to really think about what I'm using. Mm-hmm. So if you do make your mini albums, it's great for that. So just matting and layering my card. This one will go flat. Always go right to the edge. I know there's a lot of beginner crafters out there, especially this year. Right. With everything that's been going on.
The time to reinvest, you know, in the joy of crafting.
I've found so many new Facebook friends that have been adding themselves to my Facebook, and they're saying, Nikki, I've just started crafting. After all of these years where I haven't had time to have a hobby.
I've now found the time to, go back to what I love. Now got the time. That's lovely. And how do we find you on Facebook?
So you can find me under Nikki Hartley on Facebook, or you can find me also on my Facebook group, which is called Nikki and Friends Crafting with Heartfelt. Lovely. And that's got lots of inspiration from the Heartfelt design team as well. Heartfelt also have what we call their official Heartfelt group, and you can find that by just putting Heartfelt Creations into your social media. Lovely. So there's always inspiration out there. So just layering that up. Then I'm taking that decorative die that I've just cut out.
And that lovely Luxe silver cardstock there at the bottom of the screen there.
As I say, really perfect for Christmas cards, isn't it?
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Mind you, I'm sure lots of you out there probably already done your Christmas cards.
Well, I know the crafters sometimes months ahead, aren't they?
Yes, we have to be fair. We really do have to be.
There sort of hasn't been the opportunity now to, well, I don't want to put doom and gloom on everything, but in terms of getting to sell them in card fairs or whatever, you know, perhaps when we're raising money for the school and stuff. But
if you're anything like me, I give lots of Christmas cards out.
Exactly. And we need to spread that joy.
We certainly
need to be posting them this year.
So
how beautiful.
Last month we brought some sentiment stamps and dies out, and this is one of those, and that says especially for you. And then what I'm going to do is just lift up the corners. You can use your flower shaping tool as well if you really wanted to add dimension, and that one is going to go there. Tend to use my glue gun as well to put these on, and then this one come down here. Now this one, I'll bring my flower shaping tool. So it isn't just about making your three-dimensional flowers. You can use it, look, and it just lifts up and even adds more dimension, doesn't it? Look at that. And then on the leaf as well, look. And that one will go down the bottom, about there. And then what I tend to do is put my flower on first before I add my leaves. So really nice thing about these dahlias is you can just put one and it really makes a statement on your card, doesn't it?
They're fantastic size, aren't they, Nikki?
They are.
That's what I mean. You just need that one.
This was the smaller ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This was using the smaller
of the two dies there.
Two stamps and dies that we've got. So I'm using my leaves there just to bring that in, just to add a bit of green, and it just helps it pop a little bit.
Beautiful.
And I think that is about it.
How fun! I mean, it looks like a real flower stuck on the.
But what is really nice about them is, I think it's the flowers just make a statement on any card.
I mean, that's quite showstopper, isn't it? It really is. Absolutely fantastic. And this is all part of the brand new Heartfelt Creations one-day special, the Dazzling Dahlia collection. I want it all, comprising of these fantastic 24-page beautiful paper pads, which, remember, as Nikki said, you can get on your own for $17.99. We have got all those A6 sizes, the postcard sizes. You've got your stoppers there as well, and your borders there, individual elements there that you can cut out, and obviously the flowers that correspond with the stamps and the dies as well, if you just want to start die cutting straight away and not stamping. All double-sided, all reversible, fitting in beautifully with the Dahlia collection. Then you are getting the two sizes in your Dahlia flower stamps and dies. Yeah, the Dazzling Dahlia. Then you are also getting your dahlias and the leaves as well, stamps and dies, plus the fantastic Dahlia shaping mould, plus your lovely bag that it all comes in, and your inspirational sheet that makes this beautiful card to my left here. All presented in a lovely bag as well for 3 flexi by payments, or £82.94, 432186. Don't forget, you can have the creative essentials there at the bottom of the screen. You can shop by brand on Heartfelt Creations, so you can get the Deluxe card, you can get the large Stamens. I still can't believe that price. You'll find loads on there. So anything there that Nikki often mentions, you know, in terms of, well, we've got our sentiment stamps, have a look on the website. 5-star reviews from you. These are not our reviews, these are your reviews after you've purchased. So fantastic, fantastic Heartfelt Creations there. There's that art foam, brilliant price point there. Look at that, $11.99. 5-star reviews everywhere, and your daubers and your moulding set there as well. Nikki, probably about 5-6 minutes left.
We have, and I'm just going to go down because I've just cut it up. That's your art foam. So for you guys watching from home, it probably just looks like a thick piece of paper, but it is foam. And I'll show you, look, it stretches. See that stretching?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to making your flowers with it, it's amazing because I've actually got 4 layers of foam there. Pop my die on top. Just make sure they are all going to cut it out. I'm going to pop that into my die cutting machine. Take it through, and then I'll just bring it back. That's purely the way I do it. It's not because you have to put it through twice, but look at that. That cuts out those flowers.
Beautiful.
So can you imagine how quick you can do all your die cutting? Now you can stamp your image on them.
All right.
Okay, but obviously then you'd only be able to do one at a time.
Yeah.
So it's completely up to you. If you're going to stamp your image, I would say use a permanent ink.
Permanent ink.
Okay.
And for colouring, you mentioned...
A colouring, well, I tend to go for my archivals, or you can use your watercoloured inks. However, just be aware that you probably need a little bit of time to dry. I mean, these I coloured earlier and there's still colour coming off of them.
Yeah, so it's just about the drying.
Okay, it's just the drying time. And then basically, using your dauber again, you're just going to go over your petals. Now, and one thing as well, because I'm going to use heat on this, I'm going to use my heat gun to create my flower. What I find is when you heat it, the colour kind of goes a lot paler. It absorbs into the foam.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you're drying it out more, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to probably go for a shade or two darker than what you actually want it to be
at the end.
At the end. So again, I'm just going to do the back as well.
Because I've seen you shape flowers just with the warmth of your fingers.
Yes, you can use it with the foam. You can just use your fingers. You can use your flower shaping tool.
It's ever so versatile, isn't it? I
it's
absolutely
very
love
versatile. Also, bear in mind, when you actually heat it, it will go slightly smaller. Okay, let me just pop all that out the way. And I'm going to take my heat gun. Now, when I'm heating it, I'm going to use my pokey tool just to keep that in place.
Yeah.
This is the easiest way just to create a beautiful flower, just one. So on each show, I'm hoping to be able to show you different ways
fantastic.
of using it. Can you see how that's already curling up?
Yeah, it's just curling up now.
Okay, and you can see a little bit of smoke. That is just purely because it's drying off my ink. Do not panic. Okay, and then while that's warm, you can roll that then in your fingers, like that.
Lovely.
And you're going to want to do all of your petals. Just rolling it. I just want to give it a really nice natural look. So I'm going to go in again. I'm just going to keep going until we run out of time, basically.
How many of those, have you tested how many of those you cut out of the foam sheet, 1A4?
How many? I haven't actually.
No, I'm just looking at the size there, I wonder.
So can you see it shrinks slightly? I'm going to, while I've got this on, I'm going to keep going, because I know we're getting towards the end of the show.
I reckon a minimum of 8.
I probably think
minimum of 8,
minimum, definitely.
Of each foam sheet, and you're getting 20 of those sheets. So 675424. And we've got the complete brand new Dazzling Dahlia collection at the bottom of the screen, which will split into 3 flexified payments for you.
And then again, I'm just going to roll them slightly. Can you see how easy it is? And I'm doing this really quick. Do you know, I'm in some flower shaping groups, and they use these the flower shaping paper. Oh my goodness! Wow,
really?
They create some amazing flowers.
You see, they'd be beautiful because it's the foam. They'd be beautiful as in a hair braid.
Yes, because they're so light as well.
Brooch or.
So I'm going to just quickly glue this together so you can kind of get a little effect. As I say, I am rushing it because I'm aware we've only got probably seconds left now.
Minute and a half.
Oh, minute and a half. Oh, I'm all right then.
Oodles of time.
So I tend to use my glue gun. So I'm going to glue each layer on. And then I'm going to bring my flower shaping tool over in a second. As I say, this is just a really easy, quick one. One more. With this one, I'm going to bring this up and squeeze that together. So in the next show, I'm going to show you the Dazzling Daisy, but in a different way. So we'll be creating a different shaped dahlia.
And that'll be with Hayley at 8 o'clock. So if you've got any questions for Nikki, then please, please, please let us know.
And how easy was that look?
I know, and how fantastic
Think
does it look?
about those stamens as well that we've got on the show.
You could have a lovely peachy one there, or
look at that look.
The gold or the cream. That's gorgeous. It does look like a water lily.
It does, doesn't
Chinese
it?
water lily, yeah.
But that was just one of the easiest and simplest way of using your flower shaping art foam.
Absolutely stunning. Thank you, Nikki. We'll see Nikki again at 8 o'clock. The fabulous Dazzling Dahlia collection. Don't miss out. You have got it on 3 flexi-buy payments of £27.65. 432186. Brand new today. And don't forget, we have also got the essentials, the Heartfelt Creatives essentials as well. Okay, plenty more of the One Day Special at 8 o'clock. But next up, I've got a happy hour. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.